If you travel deep enough into the Four Corners region, where vast mesas cut jagged shadows through the desert, you'll hear the whispers. The locals rarely speak it aloud, and when they do, they check to see who might be listening. They'll say there are things out there, ancient, restless things. And if you ask for details, all you'll get is a warning. Never mention the word Skinwalker too freely. Nathan Marrow knew only the edges of these stories. Raised in Phoenix and drawn north by his work as a surveyor, he considered himself a practical man. He believed in boundaries between land, people, and reason. But evenings spent mapping the high canyons of northern Arizona taught him that rules shift out here, alongside dusk and rising wind. One evening, after a long day traversing dry riverbeds and rocky inclines, Nathan found himself lost on an unfamiliar stretch of back road. His phone was dead, and his sense of direction was fading with the last light. A reservation guide named Evelyn had warned him to head back before sundown, but he hadn't listened. He couldn't recall whether she'd been serious or just indulging local superstition. Desert night comes on quickly, shadows stretching, merging, swallowing the landscape. Nathan watched the sky as it went from violet to black, until only his truck's headlamps searched the dirt road ahead. That was when he saw them. At first, just a flicker, a figure crossing in front of his beam. Not an animal. Too tall, too distorted. Nathan braked, peering through the windshield, heart pounding. The figure had disappeared, slipping behind a cluster of twisted junipers. He waited. Silence. Only his own breathing and the tick of the engine cooling. He steeled himself, stepped out, scanning the darkness with a flashlight. "Hello?" he called out. "Is someone out there?" The desert gave nothing back except a faint, mocking breeze. He was about to return to the safety of the truck when a ragged sound, half-human, half-animal, rose to his left. He glimpsed it. A face not quite right, too elongated. Eyes reflecting light where there should have been only shadow. The air grew colder, and the smell, earthy, coppery, hit him all at once. Nathan retreated behind the truck door, slamming it shut. Memories of stories Evelyn shared flickered through his mind. Men who became wolves, predators who stole faces. Witchcraft, vengeance, transformation, whatever the true history, the fear was always the same. He drove, slow at first, afraid of rolling the tires on those uneven roads. Behind him, for an instant, shapes shifted, mirage-like, gliding across the moonlit dust. He did not look back again. At dawn, Nathan arrived in the nearest small town, dusty, nondescript, another speck among many. He sought out Evelyn at a roadside cafe. She listened, expression unreadable, as he recounted the night's events. "You saw it, then?" she said quietly. "Did it speak to you?" He hesitated, replaying the sounds in his head. The memory chilled him. There had been words, maybe. Scratching through the animalistic noises, something like mocking imitation, repeating, "Who's out?" There, his own voice, thrown back at him from the dark. Evelyn told him more, speaking in low tones so that only he could hear. "There are witches," she said, "who can become animals, coyote, wolf, bear, or something else entirely. Skinwalkers, we call them. They are not tailies for outsiders. Some say you only see them when you're lost, or when you don't heed warnings." Nathan struggled to reconcile her certainty with his skepticism. But the memory stayed with him. In the days that followed, he noticed small things, a coyote lingering outside his window, crows that seemed to watch and wait, footsteps on gravel when nothing visible moved between the scrub. He finished his contract early, avoiding questions. When he drove out of the Four Corners for the last time, he kept his eyes straight ahead, refusing to look in the rearview mirror. He made a habit, in the years after, of never traveling alone at dusk, never answering unknown echoes in the dark. Back on the reservation, the people say the old ways haven't left. Such stories, even repeated in whispers, are reminders. In some places, the boundaries between human and animal, natural and supernatural, stay thin as a shadow before sunrise. And if you ever find yourself alone on those quiet desert roads and hear your own voice echoed back by something unseen, remember the warning and keep driving. Some legends are not just stories after all.